Banjo and Kazooie.
Oh yeah, that's
Wait,
right.
Is he still playing Banjo?
Oh, boo. We saw it earlier.
Andrew, you're a fraud. Anyways,
If you're watching this.
PkChris into Syrup winners quarterfinals here. PkChris, of course, has been on the rise in New York, floating around the top 5 to 7-ish range in New York PR. That's definitely always a great feat, considering how insanely stacked that state is. I'm always excited to see him doing his thing out here with, and when after Syrup dropped Ness, or not, doesn't main Ness anymore, exciting to see that Ness still alive and well out here in these streets.
Yeah, whether it be, you know, Coinbox Online, or even we've seen glimpses of it, kind of just to be able to counterpick people like the Buzz and Rosalina. I think having, you know, played Ness for so long gives you this knowledge against PkChris, and, you know, being like, okay, I know what you can do, I know what, you know, you can't do, and so, and as Steve too. I mean, hey, you might, this is Syrup's game set to lose, honestly.
Yeah, I will mention one thing is that these two players have a lot of matchup with their respective. I mean, they both played, you know, Ness obviously, but PkChris has extensive experience with the Ness and Steve matchup. So he knows exactly the vibe going into this, which is getting rid of those walls with the PK fire. You know, getting up close to those is not the play whatsoever, considering the F smash can actually destroy Ness if you get a little bit too close.
Yeah.
But playing a hands-off game, you have somewhat of a lead here, but also Syrup has all the materials he could ever need for the rest of the set.
Right.
So you got to make some kind of play if you're going to get into this game.
Yeah, and you mentioned about how you can break blocks and really apply a lot of pressure. Speaking of pressure, not gonna kill just yet, but yeah, when it gets to a certain point, like you're seeing the materials dwindle from Syrup right now, and you gotta see how Syrup's gonna manage those materials, see how much he can mine. Right now, PkChris doing a good job not letting him do so, but now gets the opportunity after that anvil.
Yeah, very good stuff there. Syrup taking that first stock, but especially with all that rage too, going for a crazy start just here. But of course, PkChris recognizing the loss of the pickaxe and to find that nair. Both these players adapting very well to each other so far. Definitely the awareness is going off so far in the beginning of the set.
Yeah, both guys just trying to scrap. I mean, it's so cool to see Syrup, you know, approaching PkChris as well. Like, both players are trying to get in each other's faces. Of course, right now, Syrup trying to play a little bit slow, but that's what Steve can do so well. You can go in your face, play super aggressive, but then just slow the pace down immediately with those blocks and then, you know, mining.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's definitely Steve, especially Syrup's too, being the pacemaker for the set. Definitely setting the pace, saying, all right, I know exactly what you want to do and how you want to counterplay me. So if I just get the right amount of materials, I could just set up either on off stage, side of the stage, towards the ledge, and the second you make a mistake, like if I go for a back air off forward air, suddenly the ball and all the blocks are in my court too.
Yeah,
play whatever game I want.
Yeah, and all the blocks are back for Syrup as well. So I mean, PkChris trying his best not to get in too close, because we talked about how forward smash can just shred a stock from Ness. But when you allow Steve that much space and that much, you know, that much time, it's very, very difficult to play against him, because I believe he has 2 diamonds now. Oh
yeah, he's got all those materials right in the back pocket. Of course, PkChris still keeping the pressure up, because realizing you do not want him to rebuild the schools whatsoever. Even if you get that diamond back up, you still have a stock lead is pivotal here. If you're able to get rid of this Steve, crossing around with that rage, of course, I will minecart from ledge because it is my recovery and it is very strong.
Right. And I saw the vision with PkChris going for that down there, potentially break that cart, but it just wasn't meant to be, clearly. And PkChris down to his last stock, still possible. I mean, 124%, but these straight hits from Syrup doing so much damage. That's getting very scary. Doesn't go for the grab. I was thinking he was going to go for the grab into that block, but I don't think it was in the right space. And spacing the up air pretty well to take that stock finally.
Yeah, good stuff here. PkChris, of course, accentuating, trying to get as much damage as he can before getting back down here. Syrup has, again, the diamond tools already up, and then another diamond in the back pocket. So he has all the tools he really needs, and now he's just keeping PkChris off the stage and getting as much materials to set up block walls if you can. There goes the, oh, that's it, yep. The 2 frame there with the down tilt and just setting up the blocks. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Syrup just finds it perfectly like that.
And I loved how Syrup was just able to jump over those blocks after PkChris went for a PK fire, and was like, yeah, at this point, you know, it's not a concern to me anymore. And they got that down tilt, but this is what happens when you allow, you know, that was crazy. And then just getting those blocks up. I mean, just guaranteeing that the PK Thunder wasn't going to go through. I wonder, though, is it the same? I mean, I think PkChris was going for a bounce off the stage and then, you know, trying to go for the uppy again. But again, when you have those blocks out, it's so difficult to be able to come back, and Syrup knowing that all too well himself.
I find it very funny, the simple prospect of there are so many characters that could have good matchups with Steve, but there is one move that makes the matchup bad, and it's not even an attack. It's the block. It's Diddy Kong. It's like Ness. There's just so many characters that just struggle with that one singular move. But now, it's just what we're seeing here. Like, even using the blocks to recover, like just ruining PkChris' entire game plan towards 99% of the cast. And now you just accentuate all those NILs, and you're just going in.
Right. Oh, what? Well, the more you know.
Are you serious? I knew you could. Okay. Well, that's sure. Anyways.
Yeah. It worked, right?
I mean, yeah, PkChris getting all that back up. Oh, I like the idea of going for something, just barely misspacing that. Could have found the F smash there, but just barely outside of that range. Now Syrup still down 30%, trying to get some of that more the wood and iron back up. But PkChris keeping the pressure up and keeping Syrup at bay with that up smash. Very good stuff. That first stock.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like once he was able to absorb that down smash, that definitely helped out PkChris a lot in recovering a lot of damage. Again, missing or avoiding that down smash once again. Syrup right now struggling to find. Oh.
Not again, bro. Not again.
Okay, yeah. I mean, what can you do? Not too much, clearly. And there you go. Syrup getting these NILs. Good up smash. And now going to go back to mining. I mean, he's down a lot of materials, but it really doesn't matter, right? When you have your opponent in disadvantage for the most part.
And that's the thing I was talking about yesterday when casting Steve. It's the fact of not needing the materials of is not as important, honestly, as winning interaction and putting yourself into advantage state. So you have the right material, not having all the materials, but having the right one to react for the next time. It's just giving yourself that small bit of time. That's just the difference maker. It's not, if you're a Steve main, you can't tunnel vision. That's serious. Does not tunnel vision whatsoever.
Yeah, and I love to see him, you know, pushing advantage, but also even when he's in disadvantage, when he's just looking for one iron, all it takes is one iron for him to get that minecart, go back to center stage, and it's just a free get out of jail card. And Syrup has been using that so much. PkChris trying to find combos off of these PK fires, but Syrup just able to avoid, able to shield all these different options from PkChris.
The back air coming on once more. Syrup looking to close it out here of the blocks, and yep, you know, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, and like that's it, really.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Syrup. Of course, I mean, closing that out, playing that optimally, right? Just straight up. I mean, like Ness struggles a lot against sword characters and disjoints in general, and Syrup didn't really overthink a lot of those combo routes in that game. It's really just like, okay, I'm gonna minecart you when you try to get a little crazy in center stage. And then when I have you above me, whenever you try to overthink really your approach options, I'm still a sword at the end of the day. My sword's a little weird. I kind of swing it only one direction, but it's still a sword at the end of the day, and it gets the job done.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That was insane, by the way. I've never seen that in my life.
Me neither.
Like, one of them I've seen before. Both of them was nuts.
It almost looked like there was more to come from that magnet, but again, just this edge guarding from Syrup. It was like you said before, right? You could swing your sword in one direction, but ooh, sorry, it works. So Syrup with another 2-0. We've been seeing so many 2-0s. That's the consistency with this bracket. But before